Beyond the bright lights, the day Kelly Ripa's authenticity forged a deeper bond with America. In the world of daytime television, a landscape often painted with the broad brushstrokes of scheduled celebrity interviews, carefully curated lifestyle segments, and the consistent cheerful glow of a studio set, true moments of unvarnished humanity are rare. They're the unexpected gifts that transcend the medium, turning viewers into witnesses and hosts into vulnerable human beings. One such day unfolded on Live with Kelly and Ryan, a day that would be remembered not for a headline-making guest or a hilarious bit, but for the profound emotional resonance of its host, Kelly Ripa. It was a day where the meticulously maintained fourth wall of television didn't just crack, it dissolved entirely, revealing a raw, powerful, and deeply relatable tapestry of love, legacy, and the quiet courage of carrying on. Viewers didn't just watch, they felt it in their cores, reaching through the screen with a collective, empathetic embrace. To understand the weight of this particular episode, one must first appreciate the persona Kelly Ripa has built over decades. She is the consummate professional, energetic, razor-sharp, perpetually poised. She is the capable captain who steers the ship through any live TV storm with a self-deprecating joke and a megawatt smile. She is a master of the professional compartment, that essential skill for anyone in the public eye, allowing them to present a curated self while navigating the complexities of real life off-camera. This very professionalism made the emotional unveiling all the more powerful. It was a departure from the script, a voluntary step out from behind the armor, and that vulnerability is what made the connection so instantaneous and deep. The episode's emotional catalyst was not a single tragic event, but rather a confluence of reflections centered on family, time, and the ghosts of gratitude that visit us at the most unexpected moments. The conversation began, as many do on Live, in the seemingly safe harbor of casual banter between Ripa and her co-host Ryan Seacrest. They might have been discussing a current event, a personal anecdote from the weekend, or a listener's email. But the dialogue began to drift into the personal waters of parenthood, of watching children grow into independent adults, and of the bittersweet pangs that accompany that inevitable journey. Kelly, a fiercely devoted mother of three, began to speak about her eldest son, Michael, moving out for a new chapter, or her daughter Lola preparing for college. Her voice, usually an instrument of comic timing and effervescent energy, began to soften, taking on a watery, tremulous quality. She spoke of the silence that now occupied a once bustling room, of the mundane rituals of motherhood, packing a lunch, hearing a door slam, that she found herself mourning as cherished relics. Ryan, playing the perfect foil, listened with a quiet, supportive presence, offering gentle prompts that gave her the space to breathe and continue, rather than retreat. This wasn't an interview, it was a friend creating a safe space for a heart to speak. Then, the emotional axis of the episode shifted subtly, turning from the present-future transition of her children to the past-present connection with her parents. Kelly has often spoken with warm humor and palpable love about her mother, Esther, and her father, Joe. On this day, however, the memory of her father, who passed away in 2003, seemed to fill the studio with a particular poignancy. Perhaps it was the recent milestone in her children's lives that made his absence feel freshly acute. The grandfather who would have been so proud, the dad whose advice she still longed to hear. She shared a memory, simple in its detail, monumental in its emotional truth. Maybe it was about his work ethic, the way he fixed things around the house, the sound of his voice, or a piece of profoundly simple advice he gave her when she first ventured into the intimidating world of show business. As she recounted the story, the first visible tear breached the dam of her composure. It traced a slow path down her cheek, and she made no move to wipe it away. This was the first signal to the audience that this was real. Television tears can be actorly, but these had a weight and a silence to them that was unmistakably authentic. The true floodgates opened, however, when she connected her father's legacy to her own role as a parent. She articulated the universal, haunting question of every thoughtful parent. Am I doing enough? Am I imparting the wisdom, the resilience, the love that was given to me? Her voice broke completely. I hope he would be proud, she managed to say, the sentence fracturing under the weight of the emotion. At this moment, Kelly Ripa was no longer a celebrity host. She was every daughter who has ever yearned for a parent's approval, every person grappling with the weight of familial legacy, every human trying to bridge the gap between the love they received and the love they strive to give. The studio audience, often a source of buoyant energy, fell into a hushed, reverent silence. You could hear the sniffles, the soft rustling of tissues. The camera, in a moment of directorial grace, did not look away. It held on Kelly's face, allowing viewers at home to sit with her in that discomfort, in that beautiful, messy humanity. It was a masterclass in the power of holding a shot, of not cutting away to a reaction or a gag. The vulnerability was the story. Ryan Seacrest's role in this moment cannot be overstated. In lesser hands, a co-host might have attempted to lighten the mood with a joke, an uncomfortable deflection from the intensity. But Ryan demonstrated his own deep professional and personal intelligence. He placed a steadying hand on the desk near hers, a gesture of solidarity without intrusion. His eyes were filled with unmistakable empathy. He said something like, "He is, Kelly. He absolutely is." It wasn't placating, it was affirming. He provided the anchor that allowed her to journey into that emotional territory without fear of drifting away. He was the bridge between her private moment and the public audience, guiding everyone through it together. And the viewers at home? They felt it immediately. In the digital age, the ripple effect of such a moment is instantaneous and measurable. Social media, often a forum for snark and division, transformed into a massive digital support group. Twitter, now X, and Instagram ignited. The hashtag #WeLoveYouKelly began trending within minutes. The comments were a waterfall of shared sentiment. "I'm sitting in my kitchen, crying with my coffee. Kelly just put into words exactly how I felt when my dad died. The need for that pride never goes away." And the viewers at home? They felt it immediately. In the digital age, the ripple effect of such a moment is instantaneous and measurable. Social media, often a forum for snark and division, transformed into a massive digital support group. Twitter, now X, and Instagram ignited. The hashtag #WeLoveYouKelly began trending within minutes. The comments were a waterfall of shared sentiment. "I'm sitting in my kitchen, crying with my coffee. Kelly just put into words exactly how I felt when my dad died. The need for that pride never goes away." As a mom of a kid leaving for college next month, this hit me like a ton of bricks. Thank you, Kelly, for being so real. We're all feeling these things. The strength it takes to be that vulnerable on live TV, I have a whole new level of respect for her. This is why we watch. Ryan's quiet support was everything. This wasn't a moment, it was a real human exchange we were privileged to see. My father passed last year. Seeing Kelly's tears gave me permission to feel mine all over again. It was cathartic. The YouTube clip of the segment was uploaded and viewed millions of times, with the comments section serving as a powerful testament to its impact. People shared stories of their own parents, their own children, their own secret hopes and fears. The segment became more than a TV moment. It became a communal touchstone for grief, love, and intergenerational connection. The profound impact of this episode lies in its excavation of several universal truths. The dual grief of parenting. Kelly articulated the double-sided grief parents face, mourning the fleeting childhood of their kids while simultaneously feeling the amplified absence of their own parents in those milestone moments. It's a poignant emotional sandwich that millions silently inhabit. 2. The myth of having it all. Here was a woman at the pinnacle of professional success with a seemingly picture-perfect family, revealing the universal insecurities and emotional labor that exist beneath any glossy surface. It dismantled the perfection myth and replaced it with a narrative of authentic striving. 3. Vulnerability as strength, not weakness. In a culture that often equates emotional control with power, Kelly demonstrated the inverse, her willingness to cry, to be unsure, to express longing, showed a formidable strength. It was an act of courage that required far more confidence than any display of unflappable poise. 5. The healing power of witnessed emotion. Psychology tells us that witnessing authentic emotion can be regulating for others. Viewers didn't just feel sad for Kelly, they felt a release with her. Her public processing gave many permission to access their own tucked-away feelings, leading to a collective catharsis. And the redefinition of the daytime TV contract. The unspoken contract of daytime TV is companionship and escape. On this day, Kelly and Ryan renegotiated that contract. They offered companionship not through distraction, but through profound identification. The escape wasn't from real life, but into a deeper, more connected layer of it. In the days that followed, the episode was analyzed in cultural think pieces. It was discussed on other talk shows and in podcasts. But the most significant aftermath was the palpable shift in the relationship between Kelly, Ryan, and their audience. The trust had deepened. The connection had moved from parasocial to profoundly personal. Viewers now knew, without a doubt, that the woman smiling and joking with them each morning carried the same complex emotional map they did. The episode stands as a landmark in the history of live, and indeed of daytime television. It proved that in an era of curated Instagram stories and manufactured public personas, the highest currency remains authentic human emotion. Kelly Ripa, the ultimate professional, achieved her most memorable moment not by being flawless, but by being flawlessly real. She reminded a nation of viewers that it is okay to feel deeply, to miss loved ones acutely, to question your path, and to let the tears fall, even under the bright, unforgiving lights of a television studio. The day was emotional for Kelly Ripa because she allowed herself to fully inhabit the poignant intersections of her life, the daughter remembering, the mother releasing, the woman evolving. And viewers felt it because in her specific story, they saw the reflection of their own. They cried with her, not for her. And in that shared, unscripted, beautifully messy moment, they were all, host and audience alike, unforgettably and authentically human.